Welcome back to USA Car Reviews, the channel where we take you deep into the stories, designs, and timeless machines that define generations of driving passion. Today, we are diving into one of the most iconic trucks in American automotive history, the 1978 Ford F-150. This isn't just a truck, it's a living piece of vintage Americana, a reminder of the era when trucks were built tough, practical, and unapologetically stylish. So buckle up as we explore why the 1978 Ford F-150 still holds such a powerful grip on the hearts of enthusiasts and collectors all around the world. The Ford F-Series has been America's best-selling pickup for decades, and the 1978 model year was an important chapter in its story. The F-150 was introduced just a couple of years earlier, in 1975, positioned between the smaller F-100 and the heavy-duty F-250. But by 1978, the F-150 had already begun to steal the spotlight. Ford engineered this truck to satisfy a growing demand for durability and strength without sacrificing style, and the result was a vehicle that could work hard on the farm during the day and still turn heads when you drove it into town at night. At first glance, the 1978 F-150 is pure vintage muscle. Its squared-off body lines, bold front grille, and commanding stance gave it a presence that felt both rugged and dependable. Unlike the more rounded trucks of earlier decades, this design language reflected the late 70s trend toward toughness and sharp edges. The chrome accents, dual headlights, and wide hood made the truck look almost like a piece of heavy-duty machinery built for everyday life. And when you paired that with big off-road tires and optional trim packages like the Ranger or Custom, you had a truck that could be tailored to fit any personality. But what truly made the 1978 F-150 stand out was what lay under the hood. Buyers had a variety of engine options, from the reliable 300 cubic inch inline-six to powerful version 8s like the 351M, 400, and even the 460 cubic inch big block. This meant that whether you wanted a workhorse that sipped fuel or a powerhouse that roared with authority, Ford had an F-150 built for you. The 1978 model also came with either manual or automatic transmissions, giving drivers the choice between traditional gear shifting control or easy highway cruising. Another major highlight of the 1978 Ford F-150 was its durability. Owners often talk about how these trucks could take punishment year after year, whether it was hauling, towing, or tackling dirt roads. The frame was tough, the suspension was sturdy, and maintenance was straightforward. It was designed in an era when trucks weren't loaded with complicated electronics, which meant they were easier to fix, restore, and keep running decades later. This is one of the key reasons why so many 1978 F-150s are still on the road today, either in their original form or fully restored. Inside the cabin, you'll find simplicity and function. The dashboard was clean, the controls were basic, and the seats were made for utility rather than luxury. But that doesn't mean it lacked charm. The Ranger trim, for example, offered upgraded upholstery, wood grain accents, and a more polished look. For many truck owners, this balance between rugged work utility and comfort made the F-150 an everyday driver that could handle both business and leisure. Fast forward to today, the 1978 Ford F-150 has become a true classic in the collector's market. Enthusiasts love its vintage styling, mechanical simplicity, and undeniable toughness. Restored models often fetch impressive prices at auctions, and custom builds that lift the suspension, add modern wheels, or swap in updated engines make the truck even more desirable. There's also a huge community of Ford truck fans dedicated to keeping these machines alive, trading parts, sharing restoration tips, and celebrating the legacy of the F-Series. But beyond the numbers and specifications, the 1978 Ford F-150 is about nostalgia. It's about the memories of farmers, workers, and families who relied on these trucks every day. It's about the unmistakable sound of a big block V8 firing up in the driveway. It's about climbing into a truck that was built with steel, sweat, and purpose. This truck wasn't just transportation, it was a symbol of strength and reliability that still resonates today. So whether you're a collector hunting for your next restoration project, a classic car enthusiast who loves vintage trucks, or just someone who appreciates the beauty of American automotive history, the 1978 Ford F-150 deserves your attention. It represents everything that made Ford the leader in the pickup segment, and even today, it stands as a rolling reminder that sometimes, the old ways were truly the best. Thanks for watching USA Car Reviews. If you enjoyed this look back at the legendary 1978 Ford F-150, Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below sharing your favorite memory or story about the F-Series. Until next time, keep your engines roaring and your wheels turning.